know which car it is. It will pick the right battery and the right toolkit to actually take that battery in and out of the car, and the car actually comes in driving and goes out driving, which is what consumers want to do. We're in the process of improving the logistics around the installation of such station, with the goal of getting to a point where we can install a switch system, a complete station, in less than a week. And the goal is to have a team come in and out of a gas station or a rest stop, and then be able to have a switch system working and functioning within the cost structure that we've outlined in the past and within the time constraints to do mass deployments of these systems. We're now in the final stages of shopping out the construction of these machines. Remember, we're still 18 months away from a full operating network in the first country, but we're now shopping it out to mass producers that will be able to produce hundreds and thousands of these stations, and working with deployment companies that will be able to deploy those in speed across Israel and across the world. These stations complement, as you said before, a network of charging. We found out that you need a charge spot at home, a charge spot at work for every single subscriber, and that you need public charging mostly in areas where people are parked for a couple of hours. This will be sports arenas more so than the local Starbucks. People come in and out of a Starbucks or a McDonald's for about 10 or 15 minutes. But when you go to sports arena, movies, theater, that's when you spend 2-3 hours at a time. And those are the places where you'll see interest in public charging spots. Israel is a rough example. We'll need roughly between 15 and 20,000 charge spots. That's the number we're estimating. Same number for Denmark. That plus the switching network is the sort of the fundamental elements of our infrastructure, our public infrastructure, before the first car shows up.
Thank you. It's exciting.
Thank you very much. We have a question from JMP.
Our next question comes from Alex Ghana. Your line is open.
Yeah, thanks very much. Alex Ghana from JMP Securities. I was wondering if you could give us some insights into your discussions with automobile makers beyond Renault. What are they looking for to join this? Because this is a very natural business model, and I'm wondering, do they need to see you in action first? Are they waiting on battery technology to settle down? What is the main hurdle here?
Well, I think the main hurdle from our perspective over the last 12 to 24 months was that the car industry, by and large, was in turmoil. It is extremely hard to discuss a future plan with a car company when the entire industry was going down 30–40% year over year, when a lot of them were actually either in bankruptcy or going in and out of bankruptcy or looking for funds from other governments. And so the situation now is stabilizing. I'm glad to tell you that more and more discussions are happening with more car companies. The technical question of whether we can do a switchable battery, I think, has been resolved in May of this year when we've demonstrated a car going on and off a ramp and switching a battery about 1,000 times. And I think most car makers at that point said that the engineering challenges were not that hard and they could do the same thing. The question around business model, I hope, is now closed after a year worth due diligence by so many different perspectives on this plan. And I can guarantee you that if HSBC Group and if Morgan Stanley have put money into a Better Place, they've run the analysis and they figured out it's a solid business plan. I hope that the combination of the two will allow us to have a more fruitful discussion with some of the car makers that we've been talking to for the last 2 years. I think they've seen the seriousness of this business with the 100,000 car order we've placed with Renault. There's a new segment starting, if you want, in the market for a switchable battery electric car. And I'm sure that there will be a second and third and fourth OEM that will not want to leave this segment to one car maker.
Okay, and a similar question, if I could ask. Similar to your trial that you did in Tokyo, I would think there would be municipalities looking to go green, to get initiatives moving that would be interested in fleet type of arrangements. Is that part of the business model to get things going, or are you focused on the straight mass deployment like you've got going on in Denmark and Israel?
Our main business is actually to deploy a countrywide or a vast region solution. We have not looked at small trials as a focus for Better Place, mainly because we can't take away management resources, and we can't defocus our attention from the core model, which is an entire country. We have been working on electrification, mostly educational and visibility projects in a variety of different locations across the United States. And you'll see those happening together with local partners, mostly in the utilities in the U.S. These are sort of introductory or experiential models that we're bringing into the masses to experience what an electric car could feel like, and that comes in the form of an educational center, a taxi project similar to what we're talking to in Japan. In some cases, car rentals and a variety of different day use models. All of them are serving the same purpose, allowing consumers to get into an electric car and feel how it drives. And that, in a sense, it's not a lesser experience than a gasoline car. It's a better experience than a gasoline car.
Okay, thank you. Congratulations and good luck.
Thank you very much. We'd like to wrap up. I'd like to thank you all. For those of you who don't speak Hebrew, אני רוצה להודות לכל האנשים בישראל גם שרואים את השידור הזה. אנחנו יודעים שיש בישראל הרבה ציפייה למכוניות, מכיוון שישראל היא השוק הראשון שיוציא את הניסוי הזה לאור. For those of you who didn't speak Hebrew, we thank the Israeli crowd. We're expecting this experiment to run in Israel, which is our first launch country. I don't speak any Danish, otherwise I would have thanked our Danish colleagues that are running the second country in parallel. And to all of you, thank you very much, and we're looking forward to meeting with you again as our milestones will continue to come in the months to come. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Anthony, Ellen, and Idan for your continued support. Thank you all.
At this point in time, the CEOs of every major automobile company around the world have come to the view that electrification is in the future for all of us.
Many people's view around the carbon emissions and climate change would suggest that we have to, and I think many consumers want to too.
All the investors, they're all following the same religion, which is a true belief in EVs and a true belief that EVs will replace ICE cars faster than people understand.
We see enormous interest on this from the Chinese manufacturers, which could be very significant, but it's fair to say all the automotive manufacturers are interested, and it remains to be seen who is the winners out of it.
I think more importantly, the partnerships that Better Place has formed with the electricity companies, the OEMs, it's really the combination of the two that tell us that actually we're onto something.
One of the absolute beauties of Better Place is that it allows for the build-out of infrastructure to make electric cars a success without significant, maybe any, government funding and without consumers making great sacrifice.
In places like Denmark, they've had a differential put in place on the taxes provided to recognize the incremental cost that a combustion engine puts as a burden on the society and on the roads relative to an electric vehicle.
Each government, each politician would love to have lower cost transportation, reducing the oil import quandary, and of course helping the environment. This is a no-brainer for any politician.
It has elements of an infrastructure play. Once built out, it will have recurring revenues, it will have defensible features, it will have hard assets. But as a business proposition, it is so much more than that.
We are a conservative bank, and we're very careful with our capital. We really believe that this is the way forward in terms of pulling together what many of the governments, the OEMs, are focused on, which is electric vehicles playing a role in alternative transportation.
At Vantage Point, our mantra has been to work with the pioneering entrepreneurs on building the transformative companies of the 21st century. And we couldn't find a better template than Better Place.
If you look at Better Place, we don't see that as requiring a technological leap. It's a business model leap.
For every industrial business that I have, we're examining very carefully the carbon footprint and other environmental issues. And no question in my mind, it's beneficial for the business itself.
Better Place is a very unique model. We haven't come across anything like it, and it has the potential to dramatically transform the electrification